How I escaped from my abusive parents and started a new life. I grew up with a mother who had mental health issues and substance abuse problems. She was not a good parent and would often hurt me, insult me, and ruin my relationships. She would stay awake for days, then collapse and wake up angry and violent. She would make a mess of our house and hurt herself sometimes. I remember being scared and hungry most of the time. She would also leave me alone with strangers who gave her money. She was still married to my dad, but she didn't care about him or me. In her mind, she was always right and we were always wrong. We had no stable home, no electricity or water, and barely any food. I would go to school hoping for a better life. My family didn't know what was going on. When I was 16, my aunt who lived in Texas called me and asked if I wanted to visit her for a few weeks. I said yes without telling my parents, knowing they wouldn't miss me anyway. My aunt drove all the way to Iowa and saw me for the first time in years. When she arrived, our house looked normal. We went out to eat and when we came back, it looked like a disaster zone: broken glass, animal waste, clothes and pills everywhere. My aunt was shocked, but I didn't react at all. I just packed my bags and got ready to leave. She asked if I was okay at home. I said yes because I didn't know any better. She told me she was worried about me and wanted me to live with her. I thought she was joking at first, but after a few days there, I realized how much better it was. They treated me with love and kindness, something I had never felt before. We decided I would get legally separated from my parents and move in with them. This meant going to court and facing my parents. When the judge asked why I wanted to leave, I told him everything. Their lawyer said I was just ungrateful and spoiled, wanting to live with a rich family. My parents agreed and tried to make me feel guilty and ashamed. I ignored them and waited for my turn to speak. They tried to make me angry, but I stayed calm. The judge let me speak. I looked at them and said, "You're right, I don't want to live with you anymore, but not for money reasons." As usual, my mother started yelling at me, calling me a liar. The judge told her to be quiet or he would kick her out of the court. She couldn't believe it and kept screaming. The judge ordered his officer to take her away. The judge apologized that I had to go through this and said I deserved a better life, which my parents clearly couldn't give me. He said I could go back to Texas with my aunt and they would check on me later. Make the most of this opportunity. Good luck, he said, ending the case. I felt a huge relief as the officer took my dad and his lawyer out of the room. I started crying tears of joy and hugged my aunt. It's been 7 years since that day. I'm happy to say I've grown into a healthy and successful adult with a great career, friends, and girlfriend. I've been in therapy ever since and no longer struggle with sleep, anxiety or depression like I used to. Life is good.